What's up, everyone? How y'all doing?
Recording in
Welcome
progress.
back to Our Perspectives. This is the 68th episode of the show. What's up, Chris? I see you in the chat. We are live here on a few platforms: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Come through, join the club. We used to go live on X, but now X makes you pay money if you want to go live, and I'm just not. I don't feel that motivated about X like that. I digress. If y'all want to watch us on X, you can let us know in the comments. That being said, we are back with another week. Flacko, why don't we start this off where you could... Oh, my name's Holden Stefanroy, and this is Liddy Bro Flacko. I don't even think I said that. But why don't you let the people know what you've been up to in the last week?
Life, motherfuckers. Life. I've been busy lifing. I really don't know. That's why this episode is, what grinds my gears, because I can't even remember the last week. What? What happened? What the fuck? Life, work, bunch of life shit, yo. Bunch of fucking life shit.
Right. So, Flacco's just been busy working. Meanwhile,
Lindell, what up, though? What up, CC? My fault.
Yeah, Linda, it's good to see you. It's been a couple of weeks. I hope you've been good. I hope the hurricane season is not touching you as you were down there in Florida. But yeah, last week was pretty busy. I got to find a really good sandwich spot in Montreal for the people. It's called Dino Sandwichery. It's this Italian place, and man, it was really good shit. Like good ingredients, delicious sandwich combinations. Like I don't often feel so passionate about a place. Bonnie's been listening to me talk about this spot for like 3 or 4 days now, but it's my new spot on Mont Royal to get a sandwich after a show or some shit. But yeah, so I had to film the video there, and then on Saturday we were in the park all day as we were doing our community stuff. Like I'm part of the not-for-profit, and we threw our concert day, so we were out there with the peoples. It turned into one of the whitest things I've ever seen, but it was good. It was a nice day of the people out there, and we sold some donuts and churros and shit, and then did some Uber all around that. And then last night I performed at this Blue Dog spot, which was a really good set. Chris was there. Bunch of people pulled up. Actually, this dude I met on the internet while I'm beefing with this regular guy over bike paths, I started getting all these fans and shit, and this guy and his son pulled up to the show, but like 5 minutes after I got off stage, and I felt so bad. They came like all the way down across the city and missed it by 5 minutes, but it was nice that they came through, and the show went fun. It was good. It was a nice 25-minute set. Good time, and yeah, overall been a nice busy week, grinding it out. Yeah.
Work. Lit.
Yeah, hope y'all are having a good week too. And so yeah, today we don't have like a whole itinerary of shit to do.
There's really not a lot, though. Like, I went to fucking... First off, Hip Hop DX has fallen off. They must have fired their fucking YouTube staff because they're depending on that show with Elliot Wilson and DJ Head. Pause that stupid ass name, with his stupid ass old man opinions. DJ Head, you're wild annoying. And the white boy that used to do a majority of their videos.
Right.
All that shit is gone. They probably put out like maybe like 6 videos in a week. And like none of it was like newsworthy shit. The wife was like, Nelly got arrested. I'm like, nobody gives a fuck about Nelly getting arrested. Like, and like, so like, I'm not covering that. Like,
Not really.
Nelly's
Andre
not
3000
Nelly's not
hits,
Kanye. Andre 3000 talks
hits
about
back
fucking
at rappers who
back at
criticized his
rappers.
age. It's like,
No,
okay.
rappers that were like talking about him talking because he had said the comments about, I'm 48. What could I rap? What could I possibly rap about now? My colonoscopies? And it's like, bro, stop it with the bullshit. it's so bullshit. And then so he hit back and he basically said something because I saw that video. I watched it just because of that. And he basically just was like, "Oh, uh, braggadocious rappers can just keep on rapping about the same thing, finding a new way to talk about it. Uh, I don't know how they do what they do. They don't know how I do what I do. It's just like that sounds like a bunch of excuse making, bro. You know what I mean? Like
I thought he
it's
wants
a
to
bunch
make
of
flute
excuse making.
music.
I don't. Andre 3000 is starting to creep into Lauryn Hill territory for me, where it's just like, are you a goat? Absolutely. Do I care about anything you have to say? Fucking not even a little bit, bro. Not even a little bit. I care about everything he has to say as an actor. Go act. Go act. Since you don't want to rap and rapping's not important to you, go fucking act, bro. Go fucking act. Stop talking about rapping altogether. Just stick to fucking acting. Stick to talking about acting and just don't talk about rap. Just play your flute music, put out your flute music, and don't talk about rap because that's just one of those things where it's just like, what?
He's just gonna
Like,
keep
there's
getting
a,
invited onto features and shit, because that's what he does, right? Like he's not a
yeah,
rapper, but then he'll do 5 features a year, and it'll be like everyone's favorite shit. Like, wasn't he just on a Grammy nominated song and shit? Like,
he was
like,
rapping,
like
rapping,
it's like, what do you
rapping.
mean you don't know what to rap
Contrary.
about?
Yeah, no, we literally, when we were talking about the flute thing, we literally covered that and pointed that out. The fact that he raps on a regular to this day. So, what are you talking about, sir? Like, if you mean like, oh, I don't know why people want me to put out an album on 48. What am I going to rap about? The same things you rap about on your features. How about that? Just make it longer. Or are you too lazy and you don't like making solo rap music because you don't have the crutch of leaning on your partner to let you finish songs, so you could share songs with Big Boy and he completes the other half of the song and you don't got to work so hard. You're not a hard worker. All good, buddy. Like, chill. You don't got to complain. And that's what it looks like too, because you're an actor. Actors don't work hard at all, at all. And I'm willing to go to war. I'm willing to do a versus with an actor. I'm willing to have a debate with a prolific actor, with any type of actor, everyday working man's actor, whatever. You know what I mean? The truth is, you're not working hard. That's not working hard at all. So,
What about
this is
the
coming
ones
from
that
somebody
like do
who
like the really
works
tough
hard.
shit, like Tom Cruise, who does his own stunts and shit?
Tom Cruise, definitely Tom Cruise, Jackie Chan work hard. They do work hard.
Alright,
They
so
absolutely work hard. I do agree that they work hard. I'm definitely not saying that no actors, right? I'm saying
right.
that acting as it stands as a general job isn't hard work. Even when actors that might do some stunt work talk about it, it's let me tell you something. I I work with people all the time that don't work hard, right? And they're looking to make a little bit of extra change and they hear the dollars that we're getting paid and they're immediately perked up like, oh, I want to make that much an hour. I want to do that. I'm like, okay, come on. And then the first thing that they do is cry about their back and how much it hurts. That's because you don't exercise, sir. You don't work out or work hard in life. So when you go do a job where you have to do work, as in physical work, you're gonna be like, oh, my back, oh, my poor aching back. Yeah, because your back's not used to working, bro. What the fuck did you expect? Like, did you think you were just gonna? I don't think that I'm gonna. I could just join the NBA and start dunking tomorrow. Like, what? If I never, if I hadn't been dunking my whole life before that, why would I suddenly be able to dunk just because I got a job dunking? Like that, or shoot, jump, hitting jump shots, making 3 pointers. Like, bro, if I'm not doing that every day, why would I be good at it suddenly and have all the mechanics in my brain worked out for that job? That's not the way life works. So if you don't work hard, when you go do a hard working job, your body's gonna be like, oh, rough. Yeah, because you never fucking work it out. You don't ever fucking work your body in any way physically. I can lift 100 pounds like fucking nothing. Like fucking nothing. That's because I work physically all the time. So I might look skinny. Looks are deceiving though. You know what I mean? I am skinny. You'd be surprised how much a skinny body can carry, can lift, can work when they work all the time. But if you don't work all the time and you're skinny, you're probably gonna fucking be aching when you go home. It's because you don't ever fucking work out your body in any fucking way. So the point being, actors, right? You're not fucking working out ever. So a good example is who's the first Spider-Man? CC's in the chat.
Tobey
CC's
Maguire.
paying attention. CC, okay. Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire famously has cried about Spider-Man movies hurting his back to the point where like, oh, he has back problems to this day. And it's just like, well, yeah, bitch. When you ain't worked out your whole life, and all you did was bitch ass fucking acting your whole fucking life, sitting in a trailer on a set. What was it Topher Grace did? He was known for what? That 70s show? Was he that was what he was from? So he was sitting on
Yeah.
that stupid ass
Well, no,
couch
it's
with
Tobey
fucking
Maguire, not Topher Grace. I think was in the Spider-Man shit, but Tobey Maguire did some other shit.
what did Tobey Maguire do? Look it up.
I'm checking now. I'm checking.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was.
yeah. Either way,
What
by
did
the
he
way,
do
Sarah
before
Connor will be
Spider-Man?
joining us. Sarah Connor will be joining us shortly. Yeah, actually,
Amazing.
Topher Grace played Venom. It was Tobey
Right.
Maguire who
Yeah.
said he can't he can't
Yeah, Topher Grace was definitely that 70s show. So I'm looking at Tobey Maguire. I'm trying to find his fucking filmography.
all good, CC. Don't take my tone like I'm judging you or all good, puppy. You're at work. That's important. You make that
Um,
money to pay the bills, okay?
he was in Pleasantville, The Cider House Rules, um, whatever
That's
Wonder
from the
Boys
beginning.
is. Yeah, that's all he did before Spider-Man. Healer. He didn't have a lot of roles before Spider-Man. I think like
Nah, Topher Grace did
unless he was on
something before.
TV. He was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
nah,
know.
he is that '70s show.
No,
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace. No, but Tobey Maguire.
Oh, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, Topher Grace is definitely from that '70s show. But Tobey Maguire was in a bunch of random shit. I don't really know. The only like movie I saw from him that I can recall is Pleasantville.
Fear and Loathing is the only thing that I remember that came before Spider-Man.
But he doesn't seem to have like
Uh,
a huge role in it.
he, yeah, he was with Johnny Depp as
Oh,
like
was
the
he?
interviewer. I mean, he wasn't like as big a role as fucking Johnny Depp,
Right,
but he was uh
right,
prime
right.
character in the movie. Um,
Fair. He
whatever.
was in
The
Joyride.
point is, Tobey Maguire clearly never worked, right? I'm scrolling very fast, like I'm through his wiki, and I saw the word vegetarian. So when you're a vegetarian, fucking hippie, fucking Hollywood actor who's never fucking worked physically a day in his life, and you get a role as Spider-Man, and they ask you to do some physicality of some stunts, you're gonna go home crying like, "Oh my god, I had to do 12 hours in a super tight outfit," and the guys that I know will fucking gladly fucking what, bro? What? Easily fucking oh, is this fucking latex outfit a pain in the ass? Absolutely. Am I gonna complain about this publicly? No, I'm not a bitch. What the fuck? Um, so acting for the most part isn't. But now when you're doing Jackie Chan shit where you're literally jumping off 2 stories, 3-story buildings, or fucking Tom Cruise shit, where you're literally and those guys really work hard, right? Because they not only Jackie Chan would write movies, produce them. These are not the physical parts of the job, but and then he would stunt coordinate. So he was already doing a physical job before he even gets to be his own stunt man, right? Because you're as a stunt coordinator, you're teaching and choreographer, right? Because he was a choreographer. That's how he blew up in Asia, in China, was choreographing his own movies because
Right.
he couldn't, and so uh choreographing entails
So just to
a
be clear,
certain amount of
the hard
physical.
work here is more the physical element of
It's
hard work
literally
as
physical.
opposed to
That's
like
what
being
hard
a
work is.
hard like
That's
a person who does a lot of non-physical work who works
You're
a
a
lot.
hustler at that in that case. You're
Okay.
a hustler. You're not a hard worker. You're a hustler. You hustle and get this money, and you find many ways to get money without working hard physically. So yeah, you're a hustler. You know what I mean? Like all good. I used to do that. I used to frown upon hard work. I used to look at my dad. My dad worked hard with his hands physically, and I looked down on it as a teenager because as teenagers you're fucking dumb. You know what I mean? For the most part, and you don't know shit about life, right? And so I used to look at my dad and be like, oh, "I'll never do that." Like I'm about to do this or that or this or that. All these jobs that I wanted to do, architect, fucking fashion designer, um, things that I actually did pursue. Architect's the only thing that I didn't actually pursue in any way. That was like a childish dream, right? Like 9-year-old kid dreaming about something that he wants to do just because I really love buildings and the look and design of them. I said I wanted to do that, but I never actually pursued it. Back then, 9 years old in the Bronx, there wasn't any outlets for pursuing that shit like that. Regardless, I was still 9. I would have been over that the next year when I turned 10 or by 9.5. You know, like things don't stay like very long when you're 9. Um, but fashion design, I went to FIT, right? I went to a college that specializes in fashion. One of the most prolific, some would say, fashion universities, colleges in the country of America. Because let's be specific, I don't want to offend any potential French viewers, because they're gonna be like, "What FIT?" They're gonna be like, "That's the FUBU of fashion." I'm like, you know what? As somebody who understands fashion, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I'm not offended. Um, the point is, in America, though, it's top 5 easy. Um, I pursued fashion. I pursued music. You know what I mean? These were things I pursued. Working 9 to 5, shirt and tie, because I thought that was the idea of making it right. Like as a
Right.
young kid, I thought that like the real money was with the guys that put on a suit and tie. You know, go downtown Manhattan and work in the buildings in Manhattan 9 to 5. Like I thought that was making it. I thought that was really good money. Then I got older, got more mature. I got some experience in life. I did that for a long time. I was a human resources manager, right? So I hired and fired people for a company called Alliance Building Services. You can look them up. Um, Pretty big company. They service all the SL Green buildings in Manhattan, which are a lot of buildings owned by Jewish people, um, hence the green. Um, uh, why are you smirking, Holden? You be smirking.
Just
You aggravate the Jewish audience more than I do, bro.
it's just the way you
What are you
said it all. It
doing?
was funny, bro. I'm allowed.
You
I'm
do
allowed
shit
to
on
smirk.
purpose, bro.
I'm a
You do
Jew.
shit on
I'm
purpose.
allowed.
You be trying to throw me under the bus, son.
Not
You be
even.
trying to throw me under the bus with
I
the
just think
Jews.
it's
Yeah,
fun.
you do.
All of this is fucking hilarious. Sometimes like the way you stack it on, like you got like a comedy, because battle rappers and stand-up comics, in my opinion, write in a very
Got a
similar
lot in
way.
common.
and the way they
We're looking for
structure shit
punchlines for sure.
and the way you sequence it. So, you know, sometimes you layer that shit like just right. It's like, did he really just say all that?
I mean, but these are all true facts, right? Like
All
this
of
is
it. No
easily
one's disputing.
easily Googleable,
Didn't even say
easily
anything
Googleable,
bad.
right?
It's like the
Like
reason there's
SL
green is because
Green
they're
is like
Jewish. It's just a fact. It's a common Jewish last name. It's
Jewish
just a
name.
fact.
That'd be like saying Rivera is a Latin name. It's like yeah,
It's the.
absolutely. Like
Uh,
like what?
you know,
Rodriguez. Like oh, that guy's Latin of some sort.
it's like your life
Spaniard
is
at
like
Mac.
that. Your life is like that episode of South Park where all of a sudden the handymen were worth millions of dollars because nobody remembered how to do shit because everyone got so cushy with like fucking working. And as you're like saying it right, and you know, a lot of people in Montreal are getting fired right now because like the office job world is downsizing. Like people who are only qualified to work in offices, it's gonna be a rough time. But I guarantee you that if
You're
you
gonna
will,
take on 5, 10 jobs in that office. You're not gonna no longer be just the one thing that you used to do.
absolutely,
You better be able to do several things.
and because you're doing that, it means less people are getting hired and all this other shit. But you know where that can't really happen? Fucking physical labor. And maybe even like shit like, yo, if you think about it, if you're really broke, become a truck driver. They can't get enough
Yeah,
truck drivers, you know, or
yeah, no.
nurses.
Especially
Yo,
the more people check it out, right? I mean, jump in, build, stack on what you just said, right? Especially not when everybody's working in the office, working from home, right? With their relaxed at home shit. Doing what? What do people talk about doing all the time now? Going on Amazon and just ordering, and all their Amazon packages are getting stolen off their porch.
that's a fact.
Amazon. Who do you think? How do you think those boxes get to you?
Yo, somebody gets in a car. Yo, on the side tangent, Amazon cars be wild, bro. From what I understand, they got cameras everywhere. They spy on the drivers in real time and shit. Be
Oh,
like getting,
Amazon is come on, it's Amazon. Think about what we're
it's on
talking
some
about.
shit.
Amazon,
But then if you
Facebook,
think about that shit, if you, that means that
Disney,
every
Coca-Cola,
Amazon, every
Nike.
Amazon car that you see, sees you, and so Amazon, in
It's
theory,
watching
could
you too.
actually be tracking you as a human. And with all of their AI shit, they'll be able to put your account to you at some point. It's not that hard. It's
You don't
gonna be
watch a lot
fucking,
of did you ever watch Black Mirror?
yeah, of course. No, I know, but like,
Work.
it was just my homie who will go unnamed, like, works for them right now, and a lot of this shit, at least in Montreal, got added like within the last 6 months. And then I was just thinking, cause it's one thing to have like the government spying on you. I think we're all also, I think Sarah Connor's here, but it's one thing to have the
Yeah, she
government
is.
spying on you. We all well comfortable, or we're all aware that's happening. But just to think that any like major corporation could deck out their cars in 360 cameras now, which they can then say is in the name of security or whatever. Because I mean, how can you Teslas? Fuck, every Tesla has a fucking 360 camera spying on the outside of the car. So that means that all these companies right now are gonna be able to track us on some fucking Black Mirror shit in like very soon, real time, if not already. Yeah, Amazon
I
that.
like that name. I like that name change, Sarah. That's the way you go about that. You know what I mean? And that's how that gets done. Um, yeah, Amazon. But that's why Amazon, when they did that in Black Mirror, right? That's who they are imitating, right? Like is Amazon, because they have that's how I feel about Uber, right? Where I feel disrespected by Uber drivers picking me up maybe like a few steps from my door, dropping me off steps from my door. You said that it was what, within 50 feet or within 500 feet or something like that.
There's a
Either way,
distance. There's a
an absurdity to me because it's like, yo, when you deliver my Uber Eats, you deliver to my fucking door, bitch. So if you could deliver my Uber Eats to my door, how are you not bringing my cab to my door, my guy?
well. I
What
mean,
is
am I
that?
blocking
Like,
traffic?
and it doesn't matter, right? Because this is the
No, that
thing.
does
When I
matter.
used to, no, it does. It does not matter, right? Because this is the thing. What they were trying to replace is in New York City, we already had cabs. We had yellow cabs. So when I would go like this and put up my hand, I might deal with 20 or 30 racist cabbies that might not want to pick me up, but eventually I'm gonna get one, right? And that motherfucker would drop me off at my door. So if you're trying to replace the business that already exists, you gotta build a better business. Like just
But
because
that's not why people
it's
jumped on Uber. People jumped on Uber because you didn't have to tip no one, and they were cheaper at first. That was like the whole value proposition at first.
Yeah, that
yeah,
was.
no, but you're talking
But
about how they won.
but
I'm talking about
I
their
will
business.
say
Their business
there's
when it started was
sometimes
cab drivers,
sometimes
delivery.
y'all be having pickups that are literally impossible to be in front of your door because there's a construction zone here. I can't block a lane of traffic to pick you up. I have to go two cars up
Absolutely,
and pull over. Like that's what it has to
absolutely,
be. So
absolutely.
that has to be acceptable. But in the event that I can stop in front of your door, I think like in your street, I believe it's pretty like safe because it's a 2 lane. There's enough
Super easy.
space. So
It's a
for
two
your door,
lane dead end.
absolutely good. But I will say if your
Super
destination,
easy.
if your like pickup
And
is
so
on
the
some
point
random
is,
construction place, it's a,
because I'm not talking about people who live on a construction block. I'm talking about me. Okay. So me,
I was just
right?
defending the Uber
If you
peeps.
can, yeah, I know you're defending the Uber
Just in
people, but
case
it
you.
don't work, right? Like, nah, fam. What we talking about is Uber delivering to my door food, but not delivering my person and my cab to my door. My guy, how does this? How do you have? How do you have fucking GPS that lets you get to my door, but you don't got GPS that lets the cab get to my door? So my food delivery guy can get to my door, but my cab driver can't. How does this make
This
sense,
doesn't
son?
make any sense, does it?
That don't make sense, son. That don't make sense. Bad business is bad business. You know what I mean? Like
It's a fact.
I'm all for great products. Look, my wife, right? Like you don't got to defend Uber too hard because I got Uber One, right? And I tip all my Uber cab drivers, right? So like you
Shout
don't got
out
to
to
talk
Uber
to me
One
about doing good
members.
business because I'm not complaining from a brokey not having a standpoint. I'm complaining from a preferred customer standpoint where I'm supposed to complain, right? Where my opinion should be valued because I'm a preferred customer. You don't want my business going elsewhere because it's a
Yeah.
lot of business. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And so my wife, on the other hand, she goes to Lyft all the time. She has an app that does her looking for the cheapest form, whether it's Uber, Lyft, or what did they change the cabbies app to
But
Apple Arrow or something like that. It was
y'all
something
have
that
InDrive up where you're at? Do you know what InDrive is?
yeah, you're talking about like I could jump in a cab and then like put in the number on my app and it like starts generating. Is that what you're talking
I
about?
It's some other ride sharing shit where I got a targeted ad. I don't know if they're actually in Montreal or if they're trying to guerrilla get into Montreal, but it seems like I could sign up and drive for them. I was like, this is fucking weird. So I never heard of it before. I figured maybe
Yeah,
in
you
New York
see,
it.
like in New York City, FYI, like that's why the Uber. Did you ever see the Uber movie? Uber has a movie, by the way, like about how it like got where it's at and shit. And like their biggest conquest was fucking New York fucking city because we already had cabbies. We had cabbies since forever. You've seen it in the movies in the '60s and the '70s. We've
But
always
there's
had. We've
nothing like they're never. Those other apps are not going to be as big as the two main ones.
never.
Like
Never,
that.
never,
Nah,
never,
Unless one
never.
we
of
don't
them
have
really
we don't
drop.
have no competition because like our cabs. So in our case, Uber got in pretty successfully because our cab service got really trash. Like the cab drivers got kind of disrespectful. It was expensive and like there was like you would just wait. So Uber then pulls up with the GPS shit and then you don't have to tip no one. Like there's just that was it. Like that's partly why people don't tip Uber drivers today is because traditionally you didn't tip the Uber driver, and so in my city at least the cab service was fucking garbage. Uber came
Yeah,
in and all
that's
of a
never
sudden
been. New York
like
City.
a
New York
real
City's
competitive. But
always been
then
a tipping.
there's no.
We've always
Well, we
had
used to
cabs.
tip the
We've always
cab.
had
That's the
tipping.
thing is we used to tip the taxi. Everybody tips the taxi driver. Even to this day, if you take a taxi, you tip that guy. But if you take an Uber, a lot of people start an Uber to avoid tipping the taxi driver. That was like, so a lot of people just don't do it. It's the weirdest shit to me. I'm like, what's the
Yo,
difference between the
pause
two?
right there. That is a good example of how human beings are fucking scumbags. Like scumbags, you're a bunch of shouts out to them. When I say scumbags like that, that's from them's. That's them show. That's whole thing on their show, whole topic, whole fucking thing. Scumbags, you're fucking scumbags. You hear yourself? Yo, you're going to Uber so you could get out of tipping someone. Like you're a fucking scumbag, bro. Like what? Tip the man. Tip the man. You know it's a tipping service.
Yo,
Tip.
I love. That's why
What?
I gotta say, everybody in the service industry I talked to, we had the same feeling about Americans. We fucking love Americans. I can tell you one thing: American gets in your Uber, you get tipped. American buys drinks, you get tipped. European comes in, you're probably not getting tipped. Montrealer,
I tip. I tip
depends
and
on
I
how
tip
rich they
well.
are.
Let me tell you something. I tip fucking well. Don't put let me tell you something. Them squares, like square that like you swipe your card on it and like it tells you like 15%, 20%, 25% tip. Like those shits are good, but with people like me, you're losing business. Because you just want a percent of something. I'll fuck around and give you you make me look, I was just out the other night with the guys, two of my friends. I'm like, first round's on me. Made 3 drinks, $15 tip. $5 tip for every drink you made. But it's because I got to sign the receipt and write in the tip amount. Once you
Mm.
put pressure on me like that, I'm like, I'm gonna over tip. I don't want to look cheap. I don't want to look like a brokey.
Well, the
I'm gonna
problem
over tip on this
is
shit.
My
motherfuckers
only
is
tip
not
I
acting
give,
like you.
the
Sorry, go
only
on,
tip
Sarah.
I give, like I tell people, don't eat yellow snow. There's a tip.
That's fair. I mean, that's
Sarah
alright.
Connor, welcome to the show. We
Hi,
could
Hi,
never
Sarah.
stop
Gary.
going.
Like a little family
How you
reunion,
doing?
perspective reunion and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's good to have you back, Sarah.
Word.
Good to be
Um,
back. I'm glad you guys didn't change the drapes and move the sofas around. I
Nah.
like that I came back and it still looks put
continuity.
together.
Continuity.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Gotcha.
Chris
That's
says
What
what
up,
hi,
it is.
though?
Sarah. Yeah, life's
Chris calls
blessed.
this stuff down.
I walked into the donut shop to cop donuts for this big sale we were doing, and I saw that they dropped merch, and so I bought a hat and a sweater of the local donut shop that stole the name from The Simpsons, Homer's. You are muted.
If that's the hat, it's kind of fire. I'm not gonna
It
hold you. I
is.
like
It is. I walked in and I said, $25. I'm gonna cop that shit. If anyone's watching and is in the hood, you can go over to Sherbrooke, hit up that Homer's, buy that merch. And the donuts are absurd. They're like a donut from this place is like a
Nah, I
meal.
already can imagine.
It's a
It's
meal.
it's Homer's, right? And like Homer is famously known on The Simpsons
it.
for
Yeah.
like his donut love. So like if you got a fucking donut shop called Homer's, I'm willing to bet like you're gonna have some like
Uh,
extravagant shit. Nah,
it's pretty.
we're not talking about like glazed fucking donuts. I'm pretty sure you also carry
I
those.
mean, they do that.
But
No, like they got like this one that's got like bacon and shit on it, and it's like eating a fucking sandwich. They got this next ones that are like cookie flavored ones, like the Oreo one is fucking cool. They got like a Cookie Monster, it's all blue with like the eyes and shit. Like, it's a fucking vibe. One donut though, bro, it's fat. It's like possibly the biggest donuts you can get in the city. But in this case, that's
Yeah,
not
you
a
make
bad
me
thing because
feel
they're not
bad.
cheaping
Like,
out, you know?
should I have brought merch? I took the boys to Naruto, excuse me, Naruto
Mm.
Ramen here in New York. And you walk in, it's just all the cartoon pictures, and they make the ramen fresh and right there in front of you, right? So I took the boys out, but I didn't get no merch, and I feel like shit. Like I should have got a Hey, I ate a Dorado ramen.
I
Dorado
just
ramen.
had the idea that it was an interesting way to represent the city while also getting new clothes, because a lot of the Montreal restaurants have really cool merch designs. I started noticing that some of them are whatever, but some of them like put real effort in. Like they work with designers, they came up with some fire shit. I'm like, that could be a cool way to rep the city. That like I don't really see other people doing that, and it could be really fun. So I just decided I'm gonna start buying more restaurant merch, especially if I like their product. It's like, why not advertise local eateries? Like, this dude lives in my hood. He owns a Bustan, which is a Lebanese joint right next to like fucking this. You know, he's a good guy. He gave us a fucking great price on donuts for a not-for-profit. Like, he's clearly about the community. Like, he's not just here. Like, he's here to invest as well as make money off of our, you know, selling the donuts to the people.
Good Samaritan, that is.
Yeah.
As I like the first blunt of the night, you know. But shout out to Homer Donuts out there in Canada. Shout out to Naruto. Naruto. I be if my son was here right now, he'd be so pissed at the amount of times and he knows I stay fucking up names. Dutch can tell you my whole life I fucked
Yeah,
up names,
like
right?
like
So
Sarah. She just
shout out
butchers
to
people's names and the pronunciation.
The Naruto ramen. Dutch, you gotta go. The ramen was absolutely delicious.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I had seen it online. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm not a
Like, I've never
Naruto.
seen you post about ramen. Do you like ramen?
Oh, what? You crazy?
I just
I
never seen you
post
post
all the
about
time.
it.
I mean, I post all the time about pho because I'm like into fucking sophisticated fucking noodles. You know what I mean? And like sophisticated broth. You know. But like, nah, yeah, I fucking eat ramen all the time too. What?
And
Like,
then it's funny because you could taste the difference. Like, you know the difference from the ramen that we eat from the hood versus some fresh out out.
oh, of
Oh,
course. What?
oh. I
That's
still
like
respect our
fucking
ramens though. I still respect our ramen.
yeah. I mean, those
Uh,
raised us. You know, cup of noodles and fucking munching fucking packet fucking ramen noodles fucking raised us. You know, like when we were fucking young and didn't have none. And I'm pretty sure anytime anybody's going through a struggle, they feel very comfortable leaning back
the
right on
best
them
struggle
fucking
meal,
noodles.
best
You
struggle
know what I
meal in
mean?
America.
Like, but nah, we talking about like real ramen, like not no fucking
No,
dehydrated
I
noodles and
no, I
shit.
mean
Right.
I was
Like,
thinking real ramen. Like I mean I have two clients at work that are ramen places that like have ongoing. Like they both cop like 6 months deals with us at like the same time. So like we'd be eating some nice ramen. Some of these you'd probably like a lot more of the shit they offer in the seafood department than I would. Like they'd be pulling out octopuses and fucking some Japanese shit that like I literally have to Google what the fuck it is to even put it into a script. And I was
talking
like,
my
yo,
type of talk.
I was like, that
Love
was my
some
thoughts.
octopus.
Fucking one of them joints that has like the solo booth fucking eatery, like you can be all private and quiet, or you can sit at the table. Yeah, so I was
Feel
fucking
like
with
you could
it.
do a mukbang.
I guess
You doing
so.
mukbangs?
I've always wanted
Yeah,
to do those. I
all
want
Yo,
them
that
is
we should
shit.
pinky
actually
dolls
do
doing.
one. Bro, we were supposed to do one.
Yeah, you just gotta buy a
We
copious
should
amount
still
of
do it.
food and
We
then
should
sit
still
there
do
and
it.
spill tea about shit if you're doing it in the tradition of a good mukbang.
Now we should still do it, Dutch. We should just get mad food. Well, not well, yeah. We should just get mad food. Raise up there, put the camera up, not eat for like mad hours so we can bust down. Oh shit. Cause that's the key to mukbangs. I had to look that shit up. Cause I'm like, yo, how are y'all eating all of this fucking food? And homeboy was like, yo, I try not to eat breakfast and I miss lunch so that by the time I'm ready to do the video, I'm fucking starving. I'm like,
Word.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's a whole lot of fucking food to
It's
eat.
crazy because I don't work like that though. When I starve myself like that, when I do end up eating, I can't really eat too much because I get full quick.
I'm the same
Like,
way.
I mean, I feel like it depends on how much I've exercised in the day. Cause like if I be like out there on one of
Yeah,
those
see now
days,
that's when I really be fucking when I be scarfing. When I do physical work, it's like, oh, what? Like, I'll fucking eat. The other day when I was posting on the Liddy Bros Instagram page, the steak for lunch, that was at work. And that shit was fucking amazing. Fucking ate that whole fucking plate. Left that
Yeah,
shit
like if
looking
I'm
like,
Yeah, you
honestly,
love you
like
some
if I'm
steaks,
like
boy. I
sitting
know
there in
that.
the fucking car just driving people around, I can go so long without eating. I have to like remember to eat because like yo, you're just sitting there fucking driving. You're not really like working your
not
body.
surprising, Holden. I've been on vacation with you, buddy. I know how you eat.
Yeah.
That
I
shit disappointing. No wonder you came to New York and didn't even fucking register any of that fucking amazing food that I took you to eat. You didn't even understand. You was just like, huh? Like a kid with fucking, you know what I mean? Like with shit that they just don't understand. It's just like, what? You don't even know the gems and blessings that you was getting and shit. At least you appreciated the pizza.
I
That's what it
appreciate that.
was. It was all pizza based because you have a
Oh, that.
fucking child's palate.
So all
Fucking
you had when
hamburger
you
and
came out
fries,
here
pizza
No,
to
in
I
the
had
visit
face ass
us was
motherfucker.
fucking pizza, Holden? Are you fucking serious, bro?
a lot of pizza. It was
We
amazing.
are New
He
York
had
City. Hold on. New
he
York
had I
City is the eatery damn near capital of the world, bro. These are known facts, too. These are like known fucking facts. Queens being the most heaviest in eclectic palates. Because
I ate a lot more random shit in the neighborhood the last time I was there when I was like wandering
I
around
heard
Brooklyn.
pizza.
That was
I
the
heard
first time.
your ass came to New York. Now, don't
Yeah,
get
the
me wrong.
first
We got
time.
the best pizza.
Wow,
Ain't nobody
pizza.
fucking with our
It was
pizza.
very
Pizza.
exciting.
Pizza.
Yo, I
Pizza.
spent
Ain't
my whole
nobody.
life. I spent my whole life listening to how fucking fantastic New York City pizza is above everything else on earth. You spend your whole life listening to that shit. I'm not gonna lie, that trumped my interest in other things. At least the first time I went down.
I don't believe you. You need more people. I believe. This is my made up narrative. Okay, we're gonna
All
call
right.
this the battle rap moment because they all make up these narratives. So this is my battle rap
first
made up
all first
narrative.
round.
All first round for Holden, right? I believe you heard your whole life how good New York food is. And you, in fact, came out here with the intention of eating some good food. But what happened was you had one pizza and it was so good and so inexpensive. You was like, why am I going to spend more money on anything else when I can just
That's
eat
broken.
delicious New York pizza the whole fucking time?
That's
That's what
plausible.
I think happened.
Nah,
Dutch, do you agree?
I agree.
That's what
not what
happened.
happened.
That's what
That's
happened was.
exactly what happened. He told it to me in the car,
Yeah,
by the way.
fucking wild.
He
Look at
said
that,
all
Holden.
that same
I wasn't
exact
even
shit.
there. I'm like a
Holden's
piritita.
lying.
Look, a piritito.
No, I had
You
yo. The
wasn't even
last time
there.
I
I
was
knew.
there, there was this really fucking good
Man
Caribbean
has no
spot.
credibility.
That's fine. Oh shit! One time I got fucking roti and ate it in the middle of the street, and it was very awkward.
Nah,
You
man.
would have
You
been
gotta
very
come out
shameful of
here
me.
to get the roti. Right
It
here up
was
the block
Yeah.
from me is the most famous roti restaurant in New York. It's literally called roti.
Sarah lives in
I do
one
love
of the
roti.
biggest Caribbean neighborhoods in the Bronx.
That's right,
It's
baby.
Oh,
still
Shout
I
out to
got
the
smaller
Hill
oxtail
than
one
Road.
time too. I walked into
it's
this
still
place and
smaller.
like
It's still
oxtail.
smaller than the Caribbean neighborhoods in Brooklyn, but it is like the second probably biggest population outside of Brooklyn.
I did also get this really absurd fucking donut burger by Port Authority because it was the most American looking thing I could picture, like from a stereotype perspective, and I felt like it was appropriate to get that shit.
Once we're done with you, you're gonna be so New York, bro. You're gonna be
You know
so
what
New York.
happens to me? Motherfuckers get into my Uber now and then go, "Where are you from? You don't sound like you're from Montreal. You sound like you're from fucking the Northeast US somewhere." And they never say New York, but they kind of pick all the states around New York.
You gotta
I'm like
relax.
that's a real thing, Flacco. It's not me. There's some real shit that's
You gotta
happening.
relax. You gotta relax. You are not from New York, bro.
I never said I was from New York. I just said that
I
y'all have
know.
affected my accent, and that's a
Mm,
real thing.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
mm.
Have you, as of yet, in conversation, said or called one of your other brethrens, Mo, son,
No,
my
no,
guy? Don't ever
no.
say my
Yeah,
heart.
Well, maybe he might have
no,
said my
maybe
guy
my guy,
actually.
because my
Maybe
guy is
my
pretty
guy. There you
universal.
go.
But I didn't get I never got my guy through like a New Yorker. That shit's just all over Montreal, which we probably stole from New York, but that's a little more like
Definitely stole from us.
fine. But that's one of them shits where it's like everyone's saying that all over the world now.
But
It's
that's like Gucci. That's like Gucci. When people are like, "Oh, it's Gucci,"
absolutely.
and they're from fucking Wisconsin or fucking Indonesia, it's like, believe me, that came from us. We were saying it's Gucci in the '80s, meaning exactly the meaning that, and then we brought it back in the 2000s, and then everybody spread like wildfire on the internet.
That part.
You know?
But
Uh,
I definitely feel there's a lot more people in my city that try to say more New York shit than I do. I try hard not to say New York shit. I've listened to Flacco preach about style and originality for like 3 years. I'm not trying to deliberately bite a bunch of shit inauthentically. Sometimes shit will slip in and you start saying it because you hear it a lot. That's fine. You can't avoid it. But I don't feel like it would be like I don't want to come off disingenuous. Like the way Drake just sounds
yeah.
like he's from New York when he pulls up in New York or he tries to or whatever. Like that's a little too much for me. I'd rather
Drake
sound
does
like
not
me
try to
everywhere.
sound like New York. What?
There's a
It
bunch
was,
of video
you know, I
clips of
wanted to
What
him.
is this
ask you.
bullshit narrative you just tried to
I saw a
create?
bunch of
Drake
clips.
has never Drake has never pulled up to New York and been like, "Yo, son, check it out, B." Like he doesn't do that. What? What do you mean?
I saw some
He
clips. I don't
definitely
know what it
doesn't
is
do
now.
that.
He
Okay.
He
does not
definitely
do
not
that.
even when he's joking in character does he do
Right, right.
that.
He's never mocked New York. He's
Well,
got too
not
much respect for
mocking.
it.
Not in a mocking
What
way.
happened? What happened, Sarah? There
Think
goes.
there might have been a car crash. Y'all didn't hear that?
Oh
No.
no, of course
That
not.
Oh,
joint was
shout out
What?
mad
Zoom's
loud.
noise cancellation.
Yeah, noise
Nice, because if
cancellation.
y'all didn't hear that shit was loud too. It was a pop
Yeah,
and then a
thing.
bang.
Come a long way since the days of COVID when it started. But yeah.
But yeah, man. So how was y'all
Somebody
weekend?
having a bad night. I hope whoever that is
Matter of fact, let
okay.
me make sure. Hold
Um,
on.
nah, she's just a nosy. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's some Latin woman shit right there. Right there, that's what just happened. Okay. Um, yeah, Latin
My
women
mom
be
would do
doing
the
that
same
shit.
thing. I'm not gonna
Son
lie.
averigua.
Now the neighbor
Son
caught a flat,
averigua.
but
Mm,
it sounded like the tire just exploded or something. Like it
that's rough.
popped. That's crazy. So, but
Nah,
he's
you know
good.
what
He
that
in front of the
probably is.
building. Everybody.
Nah, you know what that probably is. The angle that you're building at called an echo, and the echo give it that sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you
Did
know
you
we right.
see?
Yeah.
Did you see Godzilla vs Kong or Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire, the one that just came out
Oh yeah, the little King Kongs and shit,
with the
and the
little
whole
King Kong?
kingdom and shit.
Right at the beginning, before he even found the little King Kong, he was like thinking he was looking for like other apes and shit. He thought he heard one. He goes and it's a frog in a fucking waterfall with the echo sounding like right. So from afar, shit sound crazy, but like from
That was an
reality, it's
amazing
just
movie,
like the
by the way.
popping of a tire. Yeah, no, it was pretty good, man. They've been doing a good job with the. I've not liked any universes that were trying to be built. Like there was a lot of universes that people started trying to build after Marvel took off, and it felt like, ugh, this is just. But the
I will
Godzilla
stop watching The
monster,
Boys if The Boys multiverse something because Umbrella Academy multiverse something. They try to bite off the TVA shit. I don't know if you saw the Umbrella Academy shit, but they did this whole train map. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. But they did this whole train, even though it's out, you might as well watch it. So the
no,
train
I
map
think that's
looks
their
like
ad. That's their ad.
So the train map looks exactly like the TVA when yo, it's mad funny. I was like, can you say we
Mm-hmm.
try? But
Mm-hmm.
shout out to the writer of the show, who used to be in My Chemical Romance, the lead singer. That's his creation. He's yep. Those are facts. Google it, look it up.
Gerard Way.
Yeah, My Chemical Romance. Ain't that
Yeah,
some shit?
I love My
That's
Chemical
the one
Romance.
thing I could say. Things are better if we say so long and goodbye. Your man
Fucking
wrote
emo asses.
Umbrella Academy is his. Like, I don't know
That's
what
Right?
drugs
crazy.
he
That's what
took.
they. Right? They were like
They were very
emo.
emo. They
They
were
were like
very emo, yeah. I'm
emo new
not
age rock or some shit,
okay,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Emo asses.
Teenagers
Look at
scare
y'all.
the living
Look at
shit
both of
The
out
y'all.
of
shit out of
me.
me.
Look at you.
Oof.
Oh my god. Look at these
I love
fucking
that shit.
emos.
Nah, when I was in
Mm-mm-mm.
high
That was
school,
my
yo, I
Mm,
favorite
was like,
group,
mm, mm,
yo.
mm,
My
mm.
Chemical
yo,
Romance,
Word,
Pearl
that's your
like,
Jam,
favorite group, Sarah? That's
Nirvana.
your favorite
No,
group, Sarah?
Lily Bros is my favorite group. But I'm talking about
Nah,
heavy
don't do
metal.
that either. I'm not even talking about me. Like, you serious? Like,
no,
before
but
Wu
like
Tang
the
or some
Black
shit?
Parade,
No,
My
the
I'm
Black
Chemical
talking
Parade was
about
Romance?
rock
crazy.
alternative, Dutch.
Nah, fuck out
He's
of here.
like,
Now you're making it genre specific. You
But
said
overall,
my
like,
favorite
overall,
group.
Wu
but like
You
Tang,
said
dead
my
Wu
ass,
favorite group.
Tang,
You said
I
my
Wu
think
favorite
people
group.
Tang.
sleep on My
What?
Chemical Romance, man. Like they did some incredible shit for their little run. They dropped 2 albums, they took over emo, and then they fucking dipped out. It
Bounced, left. They
was
was like, we're gonna take
crazy
all the
shit.
awards. We're gonna
But
take
they
all your fucking
swept.
awards.
They're
We're gonna do
like
better videos than you. We're gonna have better
all of
music, and then
it.
we're gonna bounce. And then
They
I'm
took
gonna
on like
go
this
and
whole
I'm
like
gonna take over
fake band
Netflix.
persona. It was like this fake band persona. They did all the biggest production shit, like like it's some white people shit for real, but it
Black
was like
Parade
the
was incredible,
best
bro.
of the fucking white people shit at that time. And in terms of real creativity and good music, yeah, it's emo, but like it was a good album, a concept
And
album,
it was good
and
emo.
like there's
That's
no
what it was. It was
conclusion.
good
You
emo.
like people to this day debate what the fuck that album's actual conclusion is or what it meant, and then people will still go back and be like interpreting their lyrics in different ways.
Decipher it. That's
Like
what he did with
there's
the
not a lot
Umbrella
of people
Academy,
that can pull
though.
that shit off.
Holden, that's what he did with Umbrella Academy. That's
I
if
kind of I haven't
have
watched
you
it yet,
watched
but
it?
as you nah, I looked at it and I said I don't know if I like it, but now
First season, fire, right? First season, fire. He lost me after, whatever, but first season
Yeah, nah.
definitely fire, right? And
I'll
the
check it out.
original concept, and this was before we got to know other shit. It had a great concept, and he did his thing. Like he's in history because of this show. It was one of the originals. Like you see how the boys came out, right? And the boys was like you knew they were a different type of hero. We weren't watching no Marvel shit.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
watching the alcoholic drug addict heroes. Like these were the guys that didn't make Avengers because they weren't clean cut. That's why I like the boys. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Umbrella
Yeah, that's
Academy.
why everybody likes all that shit
Yeah,
because it's
because
not
how
it's
bad do you want Captain America to be like, fuck, do it yourself? You know what I'm saying?
because
Like,
that shit is really the boys is really fucking with Homelander. The comparison's always fucking bad guy Superman. You know what I mean?
bad
Like
guys.
Mm.
bad Superman. You know what I mean? Because it's all Superman's power sets and shit. So and
Huh.
they're imitating the Justice League more than the Avengers because it's they had the Wonder Woman. That's the same thing with Invincible though, right? Like uh same exact thing. Omni Man is like an
Those are the
amalgamy
spin-offs, I
of
think.
and
What's Invincible?
uh Invincible
Invincible
is the
is this.
Image Comics. They now have an animated series on Amazon, which is super popular. But they came out of a comic book. They got a lot of references in movies
Yeah, it
because
was
like
a
a lot
movie
of like
though.
young nah was it? I don't think
It
so.
didn't take after that Bruce Willis movie was a what comic book did the fuck what was the
Nah,
name
that
of the
was
movie,
that was
bro?
Unbreakable. That was
There you go.
Unbreakable
In
and
that comic
Split.
book, they had Mr. Glass, um, and what's his name, and then Beast. But I don't remember what the name of the freaking comic was. That's why I was like, let me.
Hmm.
Nah, that was an original thing that M Night Shyamalan did.
Shamalamalamalama, you should have brought a hand.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, Invincible is like another like play on the Superman story. Same as the boys has Homelander, and he's like a bad guy. Also, James Gunn did that movie, Brightburn or something like that. And that was
Yeah.
like
You got it right. Brightburn.
that was like a
Bad super.
bad Superman, like
Oh, I
as a
felt bad for
kid,
that kid, man.
turned psycho and
Oh
like, you know,
man.
and just kills everything. And
Everybody.
like,
Like
and they were gonna build, they teased like a universe that they were gonna build of like bad everything, like, you know, bad Superman, bad Wonder Woman, bad, just like
that would have
kind of
been
like a
funny.
monster verse. When I keep on, uh also monsterverse is like 3 times, because that's what the Tom Cruise Mummy movie was supposed to be about. The Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein. They were Universal was going to try to make like a monster verse, but it did not work out for them, and it
Mm,
failed early, and they left it alone. And then Godzilla became Kong, and Godzilla kind of became a monsterverse.
right.
They've done a good job though.
Yeah, I like the
Yo.
boys. I watched that last season.
Boys is good. Boys
I
is
think
really
the
good.
boys, on a side note, has the best marketing of all of these shows
Oh
lately.
yeah, in New York they bodied the marketing. Hands down. They had the buses looking crazy. It was fire out here.
I didn't even see all that. I just like, yo, their YouTube channel is the craziest like way to promote the show I've seen in a minute.
Oh, they've
you
had
know,
that YouTube channel for a while though.
and but yo, it's not just the channel; it's the way the comments work on the channel that's fucking fire. Like if you go into the YouTube comments, it's all bots and shit, but like it's bots done in a way where it looks like real people in our world commenting on the video as if they're in our world today. I fucking love it. And like every yo, I have the VOT browser on my computer because at one point in this shit VOT released a browser and it was like in the show, and so I downloaded it because it was temporarily available. Like
Yo,
it's
you did?
and so when I launched my computer, it starts no matter what, because that's part of what this browser does. It's fucking hilarious.
I want to have fun with Holden. Holden likes stuff I like to do too. like like computer stuff and all that stuff. Like I
Yeah,
can't wait to go out there. I just know I'll get lost in your room.
yeah. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a good time. But yeah, no, I enjoyed that. I love their market. I like good marketing, like
Yeah.
fucking Liquid Death type shit. If like, and then they did a shit with Liquid Death. The Deep had a whole fucking
Liquid
ad
Death,
with Liquid.
Liquid Death is they I spoke with, because I do event production. I could tell you what it is that they did that was genius. They combined with festivals to be their free water providers. Like
Dope.
they were like, we'll provide your water at your festival for free. And that was the best marketing that they could have ever done. That was it. Like there's marketing people at other big brands that are like, we wish we would have thought of that. Like they
Like what?
wish
The
they'd have
the
thought of
festival goers just got free
the
water.
just the free
That's the
water
smartest move.
for everyone. And that's what got all the young people fucking with Liquid Death.
Technically,
When you get a bunch of
technically,
free
most venues
shit,
should be giving out free water. It's free. But
Yo,
I get the
we have a
bottled
law
water.
for
Like,
that shit. Technically, if you up here, they legally have to give you a glass of water if you ask for it, but they will give you fucking scorn. They'll treat you like the way Flacko treated the people that go to Uber to avoid tips.
yeah, crazy, brokey. Anyway, uh,
yeah, man.
there's nothing to talk about this week, so we're just gonna fucking talk about, you know, shit online that grinds my gears.
We've been at
Word.
it. We're like an
Well,
hour in. I think this went longer than you even thought it would go. Flacco was like, it's gonna be shit. Not. Then Sarah
I don't even
comes
remember
in.
what I
Perfect
originally
balance of
was.
shit.
It's just fucking. I'm going to my page right now though, because
well,
somebody
Phil
grinded my
Donahue
gears today.
died. That's for one. Rest in peace, Phil
Phil
Donahue.
Donahue did die. Rest in peace, Phil Donahue.
You know, Phil Donahue
Yo,
died.
You know what? With this fucking breaking thing, right? You know what grinds my gears, yo?
What
What
When
really
grinds your
grinds your
people,
gears?
gears?
when people who are not from the Bronx try to gatekeep
The Bronx?
on on hip hop, right? Like they try to dictate. Like you're not like if we wanted to, everybody from the Bronx could be like, "Yo, we gave you hip hop. We like who said we had to share? Who said your shit is official? Who said? Who said? Who said? You know what I mean? Like we get to have the most say because we are the ones that birthed this shit. That's like if a guy from Wisconsin was trying to write like the rule book of chopped and screwed. And it's like, but you're from Wisconsin. You're not
How
from
dare you?
Houston.
I I mean, you know what's crazy is up in Montreal, there are people who like teach hip hop and shit with like certificates to teach hip hop and shit. I don't know who accredited anybody, right? I got told that this person teaches hip hop, so I was like, all right.
If that's the case,
I'm
me
like,
and Dutch need
cause like,
masters
and
in this shit.
this is somebody that I had met like after
Word
I'd
up.
started doing the podcast with Flacko, so I started hearing a lot about these,
As I
you know,
go get
exactly
free
what you
water.
just said, you know. But like, no, there's like some real people all over that really be like that. That's how this lady in Australia gets a PhD in breaking. Like, who the fuck? What program do you
PhD
take?
in breaking. Like, yo, you crazy, son. Like you making
That's
shit up. Like you
that's
making
what.
shit up, and guess what? When you get out here and you get in front of these people, the same shit that happened to that Australian lady will happen to you. Where like you just
No,
get
the
roasted. You
Australian
just
lady
it
has the
becomes like a
PhD in
joke.
breaking. She
No,
has
I
it.
know.
Oh yeah.
This
Anyway.
is what I'm saying.
Right.
This is what
Right.
I'm saying. When you make up fucking fake shit and accredit yourself when you have no credit to some shit, you know what I mean? Like that means everybody who ever was a b-boy in the Bronx deserves a fucking a master's, a PhD, a fucking give them turn them into an Esquire. Now they're
Certified, like,
lawyers. They're hip hop lawyers. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what are we talking about? Like, that's absurd. This is
is
absurd. Like when we and then for me to be like somebody from the Bronx, right? From that era, that it's like,
right.
yo, guess what? Literally on our shoulders, right? On our shoulders, hip hop got the numbers that it needed in order to become a thing, to become a successful thing, to become the number one music worldwide. It's on our shoulders that this shit was fucking, you know what I mean? Not on you guys, not on anybody else's. Why? Because it was born here, right? So it was us pushing and growing the baby and doing the things for the baby when the baby didn't have nobody in this fucking world. The baby that we birthed into the world. And now you gonna put rules to this shit
You
and
know what
tell
happened?
me,
We
you gonna
let the
tell
baby
me what the
travel.
rules are to this shit.
We let the
How
baby
does that
travel.
make sense?
We let the baby travel.
I mean, people don't know what they don't know. Like I'll be like, I have the
Listen,
perspective of somebody that had not known New Yorkers and thought he understood hip hop. And then I did a bunch of album reviews and I learned one view of hip hop. Then I started talking to y'all and I learned this even different view of hip hop. And to like fully appreciate
just
it
for the
does
record, our view is
require.
correct.
I never
Our view
disputed
is
that
the
once.
real view. It's
Not
correct.
once.
It's the
In fact,
authenticity.
I put it as the
If it
last
did,
view
listen,
because like the
listen,
other
no,
views were less
hold on. You gotta
important.
understand. If they didn't come from New York, if they all that shit, get the fuck out of here, bro. When you heard it from me and Dutch, you heard the authenticity, the validation, the stamp. ¿Me entiendes, Mendes?
I hear
So
you.
cool, I call you Pulo. You gotta chill, pill, kill, Bill. Everybody else told you that what happened was what they shared with you was their experience of the gift that was given to them from the Bronx,
Yes, but
right?
like in the way
So
where it becomes scholarly, and it becomes scholarly based on what you can find on the internet.
Like that's
So
bullshit. What we're
like
saying,
we
like
didn't
right
need
now,
the
then
internet.
that means that everything that we're saying right now is, if that's scholarly, then this
We're
is the
fucking
Bible. This is
Einstein
the
geniuses,
Bible of
bro.
hip hop, because I'm from the Bronx and I was here when it was fucking a baby, helping
That
it
part.
become something. So
That
how
part.
could somebody from somewhere else be a scholar when they're saying something about hip hop,
There
and then
is no
I'm what?
such
Like
thing
what?
as a
No,
scholar in
then
hip hop
this is what I'm saying is the
from
motherfucking
somebody that ain't come
gospel.
from New York.
This is the gospel. Like what? Who you gonna tell me what? I was here.
You
When
can be a scholar.
did you
That's not the
did you grow
requirement
up?
of scholar.
Did
You
you
can't
grow up?
necessarily be the expert authenticator, but you can study from the experts.
You can study from the experts. You can learn.
You can study from
You
the
can never.
masters.
You can never beat the master if you not what?
Nobody's.
How?
I'm not. Yeah, but there is
You can
people,
have Leroy's
dead ass
glow,
people.
right? Hold on. You can have Leroy's glow, right?
Never gonna be Leroy.
Bruce Lee's playbook, and hold on,
Never gonna be.
and
Never
Jackie
gonna.
Chan's trickery. And you
Hmm.
still couldn't master what the fuck we got going on in our experiences out here. So right now, they just need to like, when they see people like us holding, it's royalty.
It's
So
royalty. It really
it's
is.
royalty.
It's crazy because it's like, yo, it's the last bit of like when we die out, it's like, who you gonna go to for this shit? You're not gonna have nobody. It's gonna be a bunch of lost niggas, bunch of blind
Yo,
motherfuckers
you know,
leading each
as
other
you're saying
around.
that, this is gonna go really morbid, but as is a Jew,
Sorry.
we're literally going through that with the Holocaust survivors because they almost all extinct. As in, the number of them is really
Just
like
dead.
it's
That's
like
it. They're
that.
that old.
But when you why that matters is in the same way that y'all lived through an experience that created this thing. These people can no longer share their story unless we captured it, and then history gets written by the people in charge and shit. So
You
it's
Exactly.
like
know, hold
It's
on.
it's like it's
I
like, do
wouldn't
white
have
people want to be responsible
probably
for another
you
gentrification?
use that
I
as
know
an
it
example.
was what popped into my head.
I don't. I wouldn't have. I probably would have used maybe Motown discovery of R&B.
Zero connection to that.
Zero connection to anything other music, huh? It just went right for the Holocaust. Got
It
you.
just what
Respect
popped
it.
into my head. It's what
I
it
respect
was
it.
that it was
I
authentic.
just I don't understand how you married the two, but you're also smoking
Cause
with
it's
us. So it could be anything.
cause there's not a lot of things I could think of where there's such a clear extinction happening where it is oral storytelling and people who lived in experience that can't properly be captured through the scholarly shit. Like people try to study it, but it's really only the people that lived it that know what happened. So that is something that is in common with what Flacco just said. It's just a morbid example, but I think it's pretty apt.
Your morbid examples. Be-
That's what it is.
I'm like, how did he just marry that? How did like there's so many other Biggie story, Tupac story. There's so many experiences we lived in. But you know what?
Lindell in the comments said this is true. The master has and knows things that you can't learn just by reading and watching. That
David, be careful.
experiences experiences like, why do you think I don't panic in emergency situations? It's because I have the experience of being through so many emergency situations
Traumatic
that I
experience.
understand how to remain calm
Calm.
in the face of like danger, just panic. When people panic, when I see other people panic, that makes me calm down even more, because it's like, whoa,
You got to be the
you're
logical
panicked.
thinker.
I gotta be the logical one here. Everybody's about to act off fear, and that's the worst place to move from. Is a place of fear. Like that's the worst place to make decisions from. So but again, these are things that you only get through experience. Like you can't just say, "Oh, that's literally what I was talking about earlier with
Wow,
the
that's crazy
hardworking
though.
thing."
When you
Like
speaking of experiences, it's like this generation is experiencing this presidency the way we experienced Reagan, or we experienced like Bill Clinton, or we like. So it's just crazy seeing what my son's gonna remember once he hits, older ages and shit like that, and what they experiencing. Like they're experiencing Trump. I wouldn't wish this experience on any teenager in this era right now. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. This has to be the most confusing presidency. Not that they give a fuck or they're paying attention, but there are some kids, like I know the geeks in my class always paid attention and all that. So there's some kids that do pay attention. Shout out to, the kids that do pay attention. Then there's kids like my son that's just like, I don't know, just want to get good.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, who would you vote for? He was like, he looked and he was like, nobody. You ask him why, and it's because these kids educate themselves pretty well outside of school. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, they do their homework and they know shit. Like they're like, yo, we need this, we need that, environment. Like a lot of this younger generation is very environmental as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. So shout out to the younger
Which makes
generation that
sense.
know what's up.
Yo, because climate change be fucking shit up. Montreal's not getting record rainfalls and we flooding. And the city can't handle the flooding. We
We had
can't.
Sandy twice this weekend.
Yo, okay, so we had all this flooding, and then we had a water main explode, and it just like it went from the weather fucking us up to the city just, and the whole area got flooded again, and it's like, damn, the city's sewage system is pretty garbage. Climate change be fucking shit up, is all I'm saying. We're
Facts.
gonna we're gonna end up having more fires attacking New York type shit, and then Flacco's gonna be mad.
for sure.
For sure. That's how I answer everybody now, guys. Cash
For sure.
Cobain. For sure.
Is that from something?
It's a song called For Sure. That Ice Spice
Fair,
is on the remix. In my
fair,
vegetables. That for sure. Got an
fair.
attitude. It's kind of rude. You ever heard that over there, Holden? For sure.
Yo, it's not like music probably don't distribute the same way up here as it does down there. Like we'll probably get the shit after y'all are done with the shit.
For sure.
I mean, before Jerry Springer, Lindell asked in the comments what show precedes the Jerry Springer show as the blueprint for talk shows like that. And in my opinion, I remember the Morton Downey Jr. show being the
Martin
exact
Downey Jr.
same
Yep.
shit. Morton Downey Jr. he was the mouth and he would fucking smoke and he fucking have shouting matches
Yeah, he
with
was
people.
different.
It was ratchet. That
It
shit
was
was
wild
ratchet as
ratchet.
fuck. Um, I mean, you know, depends
I'm
on what you
also.
consider, that type of show.
Is it though
Because
like
there's a whole line of like
documenting of like
people. There was a bunch of people who came before Jerry Springer with essentially like the because they all played in the same playground, right? Donahue, um, uh, 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 what was it? Jenny Jones.
Sally
What's the
Jessica
Ricky
Parker
Lake?
or Sally
Ricky
Jesse
Lake?
Raphael.
Ricky Lake?
Sally Jesse
Ricky
Raphael. It
Lake?
was Sally Jesse
Jesse
Raphael before it was
Raphael?
Oprah.
mm,
Ricky Lake,
Ricky
all that
Lake.
shit kind of plays in the same playground. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we considering, you know, uh, blueprint for Jerry Springer? But like, I would say Martin Downey Jr. You know, that's
I can
like
agree with Martin Downey
that's
Jr.
like his forefather. That's his James Brown, the hip hop type shit.
Things
Like
wasn't so sensitive back then either, because even Saturday Night Live was a little risque with some of the jokes, especially because they had like Eddie Murphy was still in the cast, and like they was doing mad stuff that today, now that I look back at it, today would have been like carried out already.
Lindell said that I got it, but if you weren't around back then, you wouldn't know. There was also another show called Richard Bay, or
Oh,
there was
Richard Bay,
another.
he's right.
Yeah, I remember Richard Bay too. Yeah, that was another one
Richard
like that too.
Bay. Good
Yeah,
memory. Good memory.
I feel like I'm definitely too young for all this.
You're definitely too young for all that.
yeah.
Like
For
I
I'm
us,
remember
guessing
more like
Lindell. I'm guessing Lindell's calling himself the master of watching talk shows. Would know. I'm
yeah.
guessing he's volunteering himself the master of watching talk shows. I ain't mad at you, Lindell. Go for it.
I know
I
about
that
to
believe
look
you.
those joints up on YouTube, yo.
I watched
I
the
looked up
Maury
Morton Downey
show
Jr.
back
not
when it
long
was good.
ago on YouTube. The
And
Maury
What
Show.
show,
Yeah,
Holden?
yeah.
the
Maury.
Maury show, but back when it was good, back like when teenage girls were
Man, back
wilding
when it was
out
good.
and like fucking
Yeah,
yo,
And
so
Maury
he didn't
show,
every 5 minutes say,
Maury show.
"You are not the father or the lie
That's what I'm
detector."
saying. The shit
That
it
changed.
never
is
There was
changed
now.
from that. It stayed that forever.
no, it
He was
was
always
different. Before that, there was a lot of because my mom watched the shit every fucking day. There was a lot of episodes of different like shit, and yes, there was paternity tests, but there was a lot more of the get over your phobias and other weird challenge shits. Then it became like 90% paternity tests and very little versatility. Like as of a certain point, it was like, nope, this is the moneymaker. That's all people care about, and he just milked that shit, milked that bag. It was day in day out paternity tests, but of different niches.
Yo, all the way, every day, a
I'm
different
just
one.
saying.
And then Ricky Lake, right? Ricky Lake. And then you had Queen Latifah even had a talk show. I was on it.
Were you?
Queen Latifah even had a talk show. Shout out to ASCAP that still sends me my royalties. I did an MC battle on for the Queen Latifah show.
Oh, it's
And
lit.
yep, and I met Snoop Dogg in person.
called having
And
your shit together.
yeah, that shit was crazy.
That's lit still.
Shout out to Sarah Connor. People
Shout
don't
out to
know.
Sarah Connor.
Got a
That's like, yo, I got to
Shout out to
super
the
meet.
rich
Queen
history.
Latifah
This is
show.
what I'm
That's
saying. Like,
crazy.
yo,
You got to meet
we
Snoop
have a
Dogg on the Queen
super
Latifah show. That's a big
On the
flex
Queen
in a
Latifah
sentence.
show. Met Queen
you're
Latifah, met Snoop Dogg. It was a dope show too. I don't even remember the
like
dudes in the battle.
these stories go away
Real
with us
life.
if people don't document it. You know what I mean? Have respect for your fucking birthers. You know? You wouldn't have
Facts.
hip hop. You wouldn't have rap for us type shit. You know? It's like have some respect. Have some respect. I'm
Probably.
going to
Have
New
some fucking
Orleans.
respect.
I'm going to New Orleans in October for the 20th anniversary with the wife, right? And
Nice.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have wild respect for everybody there. You wanna know why? I love New Orleans. I love their sound. I love fucking Cash Money. I love fucking Master P before Cash Money. I was out here actually fucking with Master P in the Bronx. You know what I mean? But you want to know what? Why I do that? Because I love the shit that they gave me. I respect it, right? Like bounce is like a whole fucking sub genre
Oh
of
yeah,
hip hop.
it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Classic, wild classics. What? I'm gonna show wild respect when I'm there. You know the fuck?
You gonna see the
Show.
Santos?
You love rap music, yo? Chill out. Have some respect for somebody from the Bronx. Thank somebody from the Bronx, yo. You're
Are you
fucking
gonna
welcome,
go
yo. By the way,
when you go to New Orleans? Are you gonna go check the Santos?
yeah, nah, of course. The wife is super into like ghost tours. When we were in Atlanta,
That's so dope.
we went and did a there's like a town where they film Vampire Diaries, and it's also happens to be a ghost town. So we did like a ghost tour, and so we definitely
Nice.
gonna do that. But like, what's doper than doing that uh, there, that was like that's still Georgia, so it's like white people run that shit. So like that wasn't a black business we were supporting. But when we go into New Orleans, like all the like ghost tours is like black business that we support. So it's like nah, this feels super even better. And again, I love New Orleans. You know what I mean? I love Atlanta too. I just love New Orleans more. You know, um, and so what do you do when you love something? You have respect for the people who give you that. You know what I'm saying? Have respect, yo. You fucking welcome. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, you go somewhere you respect their ground, you know?
So what Flacco's saying is, if you want the PhD, you have to go through the Bronx.
I wouldn't suggest physically because that might not work
Would
out for
not.
everybody,
That's
especially
not gonna
these
work out.
days.
You know
Especially,
that, but that
especially
may be
these
like the
days.
real hurdle, right? Like if you really want it and you're afraid of the
Right.
Bronx,
Try to run
can
through the
you?
Bronx and see how far you get. Right.
Yo, I
Not,
mean,
not, not the
I
that
mean,
sounds
you
like
know
a
greatest.
what
fucking.
though? You know
That
what
sounds like
though,
an
Sarah?
alternative
Don't do
Mr.
that.
Beast
Don't
show.
do that because like I could see that easily turning into like white people in defiance, and then they always get treated with a different set of
Man,
rules
they're
anyway.
already
Like,
gentrifying us over here,
you
man.
know, yeah, exactly. Nah, I mean, up there has always been like a mixed bag. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but I feel you. We are getting gentrified. The Bronx is getting gentrified. My area is super getting gentrified. Like I see the buildings popping up left and right. I can't even count no more. Like
Yeah, they gonna start
it's
cleaning house.
crazy.
Everybody that's standing out there going over here, they already like it's starting to, you know, it's about evolution, you know, sometimes. But what I dislike is don't you dare come from somewhere else, then come over here to the Bronx and then try to say it's beautiful now. Like somebody was like, it's so beautiful now. Like, fuck you, bro. This is not 1985. Even in the 1990s, we look great. Fuck out of here.
Right.
Like, just because you see a few fucking
Nah, yo,
videos
let me
with
tell
a
you something.
car that I hate
Even
that fucking video. I'm sorry. Hold on, Dutch. That fucking
mhm,
video with the car that's going through Brook Avenue and it's like all the
mhm,
abandoned buildings and the rubble.
buildings.
Like, yo, bro, that is like everybody's go-to video. And it's like, yo, you do know
Nah,
that
it's a famous picture. What's the name of the photographer?
is oh, I can't remember right now because I just hate that
He's
everybody
I
just wants
believe he's a famous Puerto Rican photographer um, from the Bronx himself, right? Like,
probably.
agreed. But let me tell you something. Even that, like, I take pride in even like what's so called like our worst times. When the Bronx is burning, we were still beautiful. Like, the Bronx is great. It's beautiful. It's fucking fantastic. We've given the world so much. You're fucking welcome again, right? Uh, but the Bronx is good, even because all out of all those hard times, we gave the most beautiful stories and the most beautiful. You know what I mean? It's that picture that people like go to. You know, there's fucking documentaries. The Bronx is burning. You know what I mean? Like the Yankees documentary from that time is called The Bronx is Burning because they wanted to capitalize off the so-called worst times here.
Shout out to
You know what I
Reggie
mean?
Jackson,
But
number
it's
44.
because there's something to be profited. If there's something to be profited, that goes to tell you like what is there. That means there's value there. If there's value there, you know what I mean. And profit is being generated. That means that like yeah, our lives, our existence, our every fucking breath, everything we've ever fucking done is that fucking cool
Mm.
because it can be profited off of in that way. You know,
Right.
I don't see them fucking looking to do that shit anywhere else, right? I don't see them being able to do that shit with a whole. That's not the way it works, you know.
Not at all. Not how it works at all.
It's definitely not how it works in my country. My country has to supply the fucking art money. Like, we don't have enough people or interest, no tourism. People aren't checking for it, so we get grants. Shout out
Oh
That's
grants.
like,
God.
you know what? That's like, hold on. Let me tell you about another great thing that we fucking did. That's like when me
Oh,
and Sarah
gracious.
Connor, right? And many of our other compatriots in this shit created an industry when we dedicated ourselves to battle rap in its infancy online. And we created a whole fucking industry, same as rap music and hip hop is a whole industry that got created and trillions and billions of dollars are generated and spent and fucking all that shit. Now battle rap is a growing industry, similar to thanks to us again, right? Another good thing that we did. Fucking Samaritans,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
Facts.
yeah, yeah.
the Spider-Man.
Facts.
So apparently, the blue moon and orange, blue, and blue moon will appear tonight.
What?
What?
Take pictures. I can't. I got an iPhone. My shit
Orange
notoriously
moon
got a
over
bed.
Brooklyn,
Yo,
baby.
let me tell you something. The moon could be looking like it's right here, like the biggest moon ever, and the iPhone will still take a bad picture of the moon. Like Holden, say goodbye to that with the Android. You know what I mean? Or like keep
I'm
your Android
keeping
on
I'm
right. You're
keeping
gonna
the
keep the
Android.
Android on the side, right? You'll be able to take moon pictures with this still. You know what I mean? That's the one thing. That's the one thing. We got to get better with the moon pictures. The
But
moon
maybe
pictures
the
be like,
yo
bro,
kid, cause the new iPhone though, 58 megapixel camera, that for the Pro, that's fucking like it's a crazy number of megapixels. I'm looking forward to seeing what this shit can do.
do a lot,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah, I'm
I
seeing
don't
my
know.
iPhone.
I don't know.
Yeah.
From what I know, it's only
Welcome,
3 or 4 weeks away,
welcome to
and
the
then
team, Holden.
fucking the day that shit drops, I'm fucking gonna sign up and get that shit.
Yup.
I don't know.
Now, as soon as the new phone drops, I gotta update my shit. Um,
Get the
my shit's starting
fucking
to act slow.
Max Pro super best version of it. Excited. And then I want to get a fucking Apple Watch because my Fitbit's dying.
I have one. I don't even know that shit.
Cause like
I'm gonna look for that.
they're dropping a new Apple Watch too. I don't know if I'm gonna get the new one, but I just want to get one. From what I see, Apple Watch is pretty good. And then maybe I can get
Yo,
free Apple TV at this shit.
15,689 Twitch things, and you'll send Chris a voice note. What's this about, Holden?
Oh, so at one point in time, I don't remember why we did this, but basically, the reward is I would pull up my phone and literally
Oh,
send
this
Chris
is
a voice
knowledge
note.
nuggets.
Yeah,
This is the knowledge
this
nugget.
is for Twitch. So it would be like midstream. I
Is
would
this like
pull
a
my
good thing on Twitch for you? Like, if
I
somebody redeems one
forgot
of
all
those,
the
I'll
but
redeem one of those.
it doesn't do anything. Well, I mean, okay, it does something
Doesn't
if
do
like a lot of
anything.
people are redeeming shit,
I'll
but
submit the
basically,
point.
so then what I would
Go
have to
ahead.
do now is go
You
up to
gotta
my
send Chris a
phone.
voice note.
I'm doing it. I gotta get to Chris in the chat. And then where's Chris? Boom. And then I can be like, see, sending Chris a voice note legitimately. And then we just keep talking, but Chris is gonna get a voice note of this like random one part of the conversation. Shit, I don't know where the animal poems are. I'm gonna see if I can find those. I'm gonna see, bro, I forgot. Nobody's redeemed them in so long. Let's look for them. Bonnie had it. Hold on, let me check for that shit. Bonnie had some good fucking shit.
Unprepared.
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 Animal poem.
It's very Holden of you. All right,
I
Holden, get that
mean,
shit the fuck out of here, yo. Put on the trailers, yo. It's time for the trailers. We out here, man.
I mean,
Trailers!
I don't know where the
My
animal
favorite
poems
part.
are. Bonnie had some good shit
It's
though.
my favorite part of the show. Favorite part
I
of the
have
show
to
is when I
find that
watch
shit
it.
too. All my fucking things. 1 second. I have to load the document. Trailer 1. Share sound.
Bonnie said, my ears
Oh.
perked up at my name.
Bonnie, do you have any animal poems on deck? You can send me one. We can read it after.
It's my shit. It's my shit.
This isn't what you think it is. You can't see it yet. But you've been on a collision course your entire life. There's no going back. Not really. It will never, ever stop. There's only one thing standing in between you and him. Me.
Just know on that day, I do not exist to no one. On that fucking day, bro, I'm gonna sit with my actual Sarah Connor action figure, my actual Terminator action figure, and my actual all my Terminator and Sarah Connor stuff. And I am gonna disappear into that whole show. And I do predict that that show would make Netflix anime valid.
It looks dope.
That shit looks as I fell in love when they kept the skeleton structure of the T-1000. That's why I wanted to make sure they didn't, because you know how every time they make those things into movies, every one of those, they kind of like it's their depictions and shit, like the Joker and shit like that. So
Yeah. But
Yeah, yo.
I
I gotta get to this fucking super blue moon, yo. Come on, guys. Let's get through these trailers.
all I'm
Oh
saying
my God!
is
Somebody just sent me a picture of the moon. It looks beautiful. It's all blue.
oh, it's out now.
Um,
Come on, I could bring I'll bring the computer out there. You could turn it around.
you ain't gonna be able to see shit with that iPhone. What are you talking about? Chill out, fam.
It's not the
Alright.
iPhone, it's the computer.
where's the next trailer?
Nah, I really want to see that Terminator shit.
Terminator
looks
Zero is
really
gonna be
cool.
amazing.
It made me feel like how I felt when I saw Cyberpunk Edge Runners, so I'm very curious.
What's the first thing you liked about me?
I thought that you were quite brilliantly broken.
You feel like my person.
You feel like my person.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
I saw things. I shouldn't have seen any of it.
Julie! Julie! Please don't do this!
And that's the 8th.
When someone dies,
A crow carries their soul to the land of the dead.
and sometimes something so bad happens that the soul cannot rest. Until you put the wrong things right.
You were given the power of a god. But you're running out of time to save her. I'm gonna kill them. Every single one of them. And killed you? Yeah, you did.
We have a problem. He came for us.
First impulse. Anger.
It's not anger. It's love.
Look at what you've become. You know that love promises only pain. You know it. idea what hell awaits you? No, I do.
How many people have you loved?
I'll never be alone.
Bro, they clearly gangstered out the Crow. Crow a gangster now, and that's the updated Crow, huh? I like
Yeah.
it. I like it a lot.
That is very appealing. It looks like
Um,
something I'd watch
FKA
on
Twigs
streaming.
in that. I like to see that FKA Twigs
love
in that. That's
FKA
pretty
Twigs.
dope. I think he's a dope actor. I forgot his name. That you probably know his name better than I do. I think he's a
I think
pretty
it's
dope actor. He's the one that plays Pennywise.
was it Alex or he definitely played Pennywise. I was gonna bring that up.
And he
Thanks for
was
stealing my
also
thunder,
in
Sarah.
huh?
Sarah, thanks for stealing my thunder. I was gonna cover that. I
I'm
was gonna
sorry.
say
I
that.
never said it. Go ahead, say it now.
Wait, is he which one of the Skarsgård brothers is he? Is he Alex or
Oh, that's right. He's Thor's brother.
what's his
No,
not Thor's
The
brother.
not Thor.
The scientist from Thor, the scientist from Thor, the original one from the original Thor movie, the first one,
Yeah.
that in the second or third one he went crazy or something like that. That scientist is his father, the guy playing the Crow,
Right.
and they come from the whole Skarsgård family, and he's the one that played it, Pennywise in the It remake. And I was gonna say, if we're going by
Oh, and
his track
Hemlock
record
Grove.
on, if we're going by his track record on remakes, his remake with It was Wildfire. So I expect his remake of The Crow to also be fire. I don't think he would get involved if it would have been a trash project. You know what I mean? I think he saw the writing was good, the director was gonna be good. You know what I mean? Probably fuck with the director of photography and everything else because everything looks pretty. I'm like, oh, this looks official.
It looks
Even
like
the cars, I was noticing the cars. One when they were portraying like the bad guy, like kind of in a Komodo thing, and he had like one of those '80s looking Fieros, like well squared off. And then when he was walking through the streets, I saw like him walking by like some old Jaguar for all of our English watchers. Jaguar. I know how to pronounce it correctly.
What?
Jaguar. That's the way you're supposed to pronounce Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Is Jaguar.
Ah,
Jaguar. Anyway, they had like wild. Oh, there was at least one 70s looking Jaguar car there parked on the side of the street. So they're clearly going for like an older car look and aesthetic. But it looks like they're doing something in the future. You know what I'm saying? So like they're kind of like giving this whole. These are little touches that I'm like. Point being, he might have seen everybody involved and been like, "Nah, there's a winning team." Same as the It thing. You know what I mean? Like there's a winning team. Everybody put together between the special effects director of photography, the writer, the screenplay, like all that shit has to go perfectly.
Right.
And then the the what do they call that? The casting director needs to do a fantastic job casting all roles. You know what I mean?
Right.
And usually that's how you know you end up with a banger.
But also,
and
that trailer looks
this shit
really
looks
appealing.
like it's gonna be a banger.
Like the trailer
Nah, it
has
does.
like, you know what it made me think of? It made me think of My Chemical Romance: The Black Parade.
I hate you.
It's a fact though. I did does look good.
It looked like if I were to throw a joke out there, I'd say that it looked like fucking if fucking John Wick actually didn't die and was more comical. You know what I mean? Like in the essence of like John Wick just doing shit like when he shot through his chest at the dude behind him, that was crazy. You know what I mean? But that's some John Wick shit. That was some John Wick shit. That was some John Wick shit. Like if John Wick could come back to life like the Crow do, that's how he reacted. You know?
Right.
So, right. All right, let's go. This is Zoe Kravitz movie.
So, everybody's dead. How about we start at the beginning?
Okay, here we go. Jess, Frida, this is my childhood buddy, Cody. Vic, my left and right hand man.
Perfect.
Tom.
Hi. All right, who did this?
This is Frida, Sarah, Frida.
Cute nails. Thank you.
This is our resident wonder boy, Heather, Camilla. Hey, what's up, man? I don't know who that is. We're going to my island for a few days. Do you guys want to come?
This is crazy. Did we just jet off to a billionaire's island with a bunch of strangers? No, he's not a stranger. He's Slater King.
Everybody say, making memories! Making memories!
You having a good time?
We're having a great time. We're drinking champagne and we're eating amazing food. So do you think the human sacrifice is before or after dinner? The legendary parties of Slater King. Not what I thought it was gonna be.
We still have fun. It's just a little different now.
What do you mean? Phones, please. Wait, for real?
You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do.
I'm having a great time here. But I also have this feeling that I'm like, not.
Where's my knife? Who has my knife?
Oh, dude, your eye.
What? Oh, no, I know, right?
There's something weird going on here.
Everybody's smiling and laughing like 1960s flight attendants. Like, I'm having a good time. I'm like, I'm having a great time. Can't you feel it? There's something wrong with this place. Where's Jess?
Who's Jess?
My friend that was in the room next to mine. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! I feel like we're forgetting like a lot of stuff.
Okay, but like, how? Something's making us forget.
Uh-oh.
We need to know what's really going on.
Please, why is I'm in danger?
Well, maybe not. Let's not answer that one, right?
So
felt
it's
like I s-
directed by his current girlfriend, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, it's directed by Zoe Kravitz. It's her first.
That's his wifey.
It's her directorial debut. Channing Tatum, Zoe Kravitz, our thing.
That shit made me feel like it was a Star Trek episode with rich people on an island.
Yeah, I feel like we just saw the whole movie.
Like some like alien shit, some gas in the air, and then everyone goes crazy. I don't know. That looks fun. I would watch that.
I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to the theater to watch it.
Right.
I'll watch it when it comes to streaming.
I'm watching the bootleg.
I feel like I feel like the streaming is
Might
the way
watch, might watch the bootleg. I might watch the bootleg. Facts. I be forgetting that I fucking have access to bootleg. Literally the other day, a couple weeks ago, for the first time in like I don't know how many years, me and the wife went to like the bootleg thing and watched something, and we were like, man, it's so long. Totally forgot we could do this. Totally forgot we could just, not pay for anything and just like
free.
fucking live for free if we wanted to, I mean, but there's already like problems with it, where like, look, we wanted to watch A Quiet Place on there because it's taking too long and it's already out of theaters day one, and it keeps on like stalling out on us. Like we tried to watch it once and it like fucking restarted and was like glitching out in the first 10-20 minutes, and then like we tried the other night and we only got to like 45 minutes in and the shit fucked up on us. It's just like, you see, this is why we pay for, this is why we pay, this is why I pay.
It is harder to steal shit in this era.
Mm-hmm.
It is harder. But yo, the good news is I found a Bonnie poem about animals, and now that you have that redeemed, we can listen to "Eat Like a Peregrine Falcon" by Bonnie Jane Hanna January 19th, 2022. You are a pigeon. You are my target. I will eat you. I see you from a mile away. I know my beak will destroy you. I know my talons will rip you apart. But it is my speed, my almighty speed that will kill you. I could chase after you. I may try, but ultimately I will dive and stoop. And I, the fastest bird alive, hitting speeds of over 200 miles per hour, will stun you with my speed. You will die. I may take a bite, or I may drop your corpse from above for my chicks to enjoy, where they can practice their attack skills when they gobble you up, knowing that in the future they will be left to hunt. They will hunt you like I do. Silly pigeon.
Silly pigeon.
That's right. We snapping. It's classics up in there.
Awesome. Poor pigeon.
This was a fantastic episode.
I liked it a lot.
History book.
So what are y'all doing next week?
I don't know. Holding life.
Actually, I
Always
was.
ask me this shit.
That's what we do. That's what we do here.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
doing
like it no
something.
more.
I just can't remember what it is.
Can't always remember. I think
I have
that
a
there's
calendar.
something-
I know
there's a bunch of
September
shit.
have an
14th.
app.
I know September 14th, Homie Day. I'll be performing. I've been performing all summer. It's been great. I'm tired. So yeah, Homie
Yes, you
Day.
have.
I
You've
close
been
out my
outside.
summer. September 14th. Celebrating our fallen bros. Rest in peace, PH, Sean Price, and J. Arch. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be September 14th. Myself, Wes McCody, Swave Seven, Poison Pen, Bernadette Price, which is Sean Price's wife, performing. Yeah, so a whole bunch of us. Our Dutch is coming out because we're gonna be doing fucking Black.
Facts.
So
Nice.
yeah, that's what
low key indie banger and shit. You know what I mean?
cameo
That
and
shit a little showstopper. Especially once you got me, Penn, and Sarah together. It's like, oh, this shit crazy. I be seeing people when we perform it. People be perking up. People be like, people who weren't paying attention be
yo,
like,
you know who
this
I
is-
met, Dutch? Phantom of the Beat, which is the former member of UMC's, not the other what's the name, but he was playing some fire beats, and I was just like, dope. We're gonna make up. So shout out to Phantom Beat, who was at the liftoff. I just performed this Friday that actually passed. I performed, and he was presenting his beats. It was fire. Yeah. Shout out to K Gaines and Lifelong. That was at Secret Port. That shit was fire. And yeah, I'm closing out my summer on Homie Day, September 14th.
That's lit.
Then we back in the studio. Doing where we gonna go. Having it happy. Oh. You was gonna let me keep going with this shit. You see that?
See ya.
Y'all are fucking enablers, bro. It's
Man,
the
it was
worst.
vibing. But unlike Flacko, I got a wild calendar. I just keep my Google Calendar in front of me all day so that I don't lose track of
I
shit.
got a calendar too, but I don't do it for my personal shit. I got a calendar for work.
No, I have
so
to
I don't
keep
want
track
fucking
of
talk
all
about
of it.
that shit.
Well, because it's
Yeah,
like,
my work calendar is a whole
but-
different mess.
Well, because like it's just all of the life shit. I lose track of, so I'll be forgetting social shit if I don't have it in the calendar. But like, yo, this week, I don't know if y'all know about Time Left. It's this fucking app where you go on a dinner date with like 5 strangers and shit. So I saw the ad for that crap and I said, that looks mighty interesting. So I fucking paid these motherfuckers.
I need you to be careful, Holden. I need you to be
I might.
careful.
It was Montreal. It's not your city. It's totally different.
Oh, did you hear that?
You heard the shade. All right, folks. Thank y'all for coming.
Nah, it wasn't like
Yeah,
that.
that was payback for the
There you
pizza.
go.
I get it.
But like, right. But
He's
no,
like, no, we're
uh,
safe here.
No, it's
You're
something that's like,
fucked. We're
what?
safe.
I'm not saying it like that, but like Montreal's pretty safe.
No, you might as well have said it like that. You
Oh,
might as
bitch
well
ass
have been
Canadian.
like,
But
Fuck you guys. You're burning in hell. We're doing great without you.
nah, we will never be in New York. But on Sunday,
Never.
I'm going to fucking
Nobody
perform
will.
at this festival in the middle of nowhere, Quebec, with the brass band. It's some shit that's 2 hours and 15 minutes away in a place called Gould that I've never heard of. But it's a festival that has like tickets and shit. So I guess I get to go to the festival if I want. I don't know. I might go down beforehand.
When you show up, it's gonna be a whole bunch of juggalos,
Bro,
guys with their face painted.
It'll be some shit. Like I did one of them festivals. It was like naked people walking around and shit. A lot of mushrooms, like that type of world. I don't know if this one will have all of that. Cause
What's a loud mushroom, by the way? Did you just say loud mushroom?
No, like mushrooms. Just people on mushrooms, being all like hippies and shit. But yeah, I'm going out to perform there. That'll be fun. I got a whole fucking rack to bring merch down and hang it up on hangers and shit. So I'm gonna
Make
do
your
that.
money.
Then,
Give me my money.
No money.
In the studio on Thursday, so it's gonna be fucking fun. Recording some shit.
So what these motherfuckers be naked walking around with an iWatch and shit, just like tapping their shit like, yeah, let me get some
There's
clothes.
no
I'ma buy
iWatch.
clothes.
Yo, they would go to okay, so like they go to this festival. They fucking like they're all a bunch of.
I
movies
wonder how a naked woman pays for
like how you drinking water.
But there's no, because
You know what I
they
mean?
come with the
Like-
camping shit, right? So they already got all their shit.
stupid, bro.
So they're just good. They're just good to detach from the world for 3 days and go be like.
Hold this
nudists
over
on
us
fucking
already.
drugs.
Hold this over it already. He's like, listen, they're just good. Okay? They're
I'm just
good.
like, it was baffling. It was a thing to live through. I'd never seen anything like it. It was all levels of the whitest shit ever mixed into one on some hippie vibes. It was the hippie version of all that shit, but like the Quebec hippie version of all that shit. Because it's like French. Very French.
Very French.
But, yeah, I know. One of them joints.
I've had enough
doing
of
that.
your French shenanigans. Let's fucking wrap it up, right?
Yeah, let's go look at colorful moons and shit. Appreciate everybody.
I got a moon to go look
I
at.
gotta roll
right?
a blunt.
You got me
I gotta
making
go
up
on the
bullshit. I don't
terrace.
really
Can I
gotta
look at
be
the
like
moon?
that.
Hold it. Is that
What?
okay
I
with
mean,
you?
You got me.
Can
Is there
us
not a
Hold
Americans
moon?
like I
go
gotta
look at
talk
the
more.
moon?
Yo,
I could talk
buddy,
more.
I feel sorry for you.
Don't worry,
Can
Flacco.
us
We
Americans
can all
look at
talk
the moon?
more.
Love you, Bon.
Is the
Yo,
moon a real thing?
we're not
Was that
gonna
like a
talk
fake
more.
thing? Anyway, I
Don't
appreciate
start
all of
ruining
y'all.
shit, bro.
Appreciate
You're
all
being
of y'all
disrespectful
for
now,
watching. I wasn't. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching. Make sure to pull up next time. Tell your people to come through
See you
also.
September 14th,
Like, follow,
Friday.
subscribe. Come out to New York City. It's September 14th, and it'll be a good time. On that note,
Word
yo,
up.
appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming, Sarah. Live long and prosper, everyone out there.